So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology. Galaxy S23 Ultra versus Pixel 8 Pro. Speed test. Let's begin with a boot up in 3, 2, and go, and see which one can get there first. Now, the reason I'm doing this speed test, I think I did it before, is Android 14 is now on the Galaxy S23 Ultra in the form of One UI 6, and we did this versus the 15 Pro Max, but the Pixel is one of the smoothest animations, one of the butteriest Android phones on the market, meaning, well, Galaxy takes longer to boot up. Still probably going to be the case due to a more feature set in there, but Pixel is one of the fastest booting phones in the business as well. Okay, guys, so let's go ahead and see which one is faster to actually unlock here. That was kind of, I think that was the Pixel. Could I be wrong? Nope, Samsung there. Let me know your thoughts on this. Which one you think is faster with the fingerprint sensor? I feel like the Pixel might be a little quicker. One more time. Yeah, the Pixel's animation there looked a little bit better when it comes to unlocking into that phone. So when it comes to the general performance, both of them do have 120 Hertz, but they do this a little bit different. Samsung goes in a horizontal format here in the app drawer, as you can see right there, but you can see very quick and no delays. You can also pull this down now, the full quick panel up there. So very nice in One UI 6 right here. And they got their own new font, which definitely gives it more of its own unique flavor. Now on the Google Pixel 8 Pro, in terms of the speed of just the general UI, very snappy, very nice. But I think Samsung has basically matched them here. This is very quick to go through this app drawer, which is up and down. Both can be in the alphabetical format. On the home screens though, I feel like when it goes through to the next page, it just looks a little better on the Pixel. Like, it just looks almost flawless. Let's see how it looks one more time on here. It's pretty close, but I just feel like the Pixel has this just about perfect there. Yeah, it's a little bit better looking on the Pixel. So let's get into this app test. All right, so here we are at the application test. Everything closed out for both. We do have 12 gig of RAM on both of these. Let's go into calendar. And the Samsung calendar does launch faster than the Google calendar. Let's go into clock. And the Samsung phone launches quicker there. Stopwatch, timer. And timer was faster on the Pixel, and clocks here. Let's get up out of there. We'll go into Google Weather versus the Samsung Weather. And you'll see it looks like Samsung Weather did launch that first. And let's go into calculator. I had to cover it because it shows my precise location. I didn't see calculator because I was talking. I think it was Samsung. I could be wrong. Let's go into Play Store. Pretty close there. Do I have the light mode on? Get it together, Nick. Match them up. What are you doing, bro? So you can see right there, both of them pretty good. Let's go into offers. And pretty similar. And again, people take this so seriously. Like, if I'm saying something and it's off, I'm looking through a camera. I think that was the Pixel. I could be saying things that are not exactly entirely accurate. I'm looking at you in the comments to tell me, look, man, what are you saying? No, that was faster on the Pixel. Just call it out. And you could see Groupon launching at about the same speeds here. I didn't click that properly there. You know what? Let's go ahead and do Groupon again. That was just not accurate. Let's do it again. 3, 2, go. And you could see Pixel did that a little faster. Let's hit categories. About the same things to do. And that was clearly the Samsung. How could we even think about that when that was clear as day? Food and drink. And you'll see food and drink goes to the left. So Samsung looking pretty snappy here. You'll see Samsung with a slight win right there as well. Let's go to profile, and Pixel loads that faster, so they're trading blows here. Remember, we do have Tensor G2 on the right and Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 on the left. I think Pixel's doing pretty good for not being the most powerful CPU out there. It is a very smart CPU, but not necessarily the most powerful. Let's go to Amazon. You'll see that was faster on the left. Head up out of there. We'll go into Best Buy. And Best Buy is first here for the Pixel. See, it's weird. It's like one of them is going to the Pixel. The next one's going to the Samsung. And you can see how that one's a Samsung. That one's a Samsung. Let's go to 2-in-1s. That one didn't count. Let's go into MacBook. You could see that one's a Samsung. So it looks like when you start loading more pictures and stuff, and the Samsung might be a little faster. I think that Starbucks app was the Samsung. Let's go into eBay, and you could see, I think that was on the left. Let's go into Dead Trigger 2. Now in the games, will the Samsung take a massive leap over Google Pixel? Not really there, but it did win. Let's go ahead and see what happens here. And the Pixel loads this first. Not shocking. I'm not surprised by any results because you never know in 2023. The phones are so good, anything can happen. Let's go into Subway Surf. And you can see Subway Surf launching much quicker there on the Samsung device. So that's crazy. Like the last one, the Pixel loaded the game first. Not the actual app, but the game. Now Samsung blows away Pixel in this next test. Let's see what they do in this basic Temple Run 2 game. So you can see we have Winter Toyland loading faster on the Samsung. So I think so far it looks like the Pixel's hanging, but it looks like the Samsung has been winning a lot of these. Not really, it's not really a big deal, but I think if you're looking for a more powerful handset, I do think the S line is definitely a little bit more sheer power than the Pixel. You can see now we're here in the PUBG Mobile. Looking for some updates as always with PUBG Mobile. And you'll see getting in here way behind on the Pixel, and we are in. This is a massive leap over the Pixel in this one. It crushed the Pixel in this test. So like we could have already been into the game on the Galaxy S23 Ultra while we're still waiting to load into the game on the Pixel. Now I've said in my videos before that I don't think the Pixel is the best pick for heavy gamers. I mean, it can game, don't get me wrong, it can do it very well, but it's not the phone you pick if you're a gamer. It's just not the one. It's more the photographers, the daily driver type of phone. That's what the Pixel is to me. Let's go into Geekbench 6 and you'll see pretty good. By the way, when we're in Geekbench 6, you can see different clock speeds right there if you want to pause the video and check those out. Let's go into speedtest.net, 3, 2, go. And you can see faster on the left and camera. Looks like the Samsung launched that first. Also the shutter speed, because Samsung has a new intelligent option in camera, can actually be faster than the Pixel. The Pixel does a lot of post-processing with AI, but it also can produce some better images as well. Whereas the Samsung is more of a feature-packed camera. Okay, so let's go back through the applications. Let's see if we get any reloads on any of these. So far, so good. I don't expect that on either phone. We're looking at animations here as well, because we are looking at One UI 6. I need to turn off auto rotate. This is getting ridiculous. Let's go into, where were we? We were at PUBG. Let's go into Temple Run 2. Let's go into Subway Surf. But look at the animations though. One UI 6 is essentially matching the Pixel now. And the Pixel to me, oh, is that what the heck? That was weird. Let's go into Amazon. Let's go into Instagram. Look like the Pixel. Oh no, Samsung. Nope, I'm not bashing. I'm just saying. Looks like the Pixel is holding these a little bit better here. Overall, not bad. Let's go ahead and take a little quick look at animations here on Samsung. Just show you One UI 6, and then we'll kind of just pop them over here. We're not gonna do them all. We'll pop them over here on the Pixel just to kind of see that comparison. It looks like the Pixel actually bounces a little bit slower, but in terms of actually holding that kind of like the image in the background or just holding that app in the background, yeah, it looks like the speed is snappier on the Samsung, but the actual performance when we were going through them was pretty close there, and the Pixel seemed to have a lot of the things right in the exact location it was before we relaunched them. So very good performance on both devices here. And so the final Geekbench 6 scores are in, and we are way done first here on the Galaxy S23 Ultra 1919 single 5238 multi-core. Hello Pixel, where's your result? This just proves that from a CPU standpoint, from a sheer power standpoint, the Samsung is just more powerful. And we have the S24 Ultra coming with the newer Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, going to further push Samsung's lead in performance. But you'll see on that single core, there's not a big disparity, which means that in the day-to-day, both these phones will perform pretty similar, which is what you've seen in this video. But the 3649, pretty significant behind in multi-core. So where we really need to push that phone, I would pick the Samsung. Let's go ahead and go to the 3D Mark. And so what that means is, like, if you're going to be gaming, dude, just get the Samsung. Let's go into the recommended wildlife test, and I will be back with the final results of this one. And I actually had to switch it to wildlife extreme because the Galaxy S23 Ultra maxed out. So let's see what we got here. 3488 with an average frame of 20.89. Now remember, the S23 Ultra actually beat the 15 Pro Max in some of these tests, scoring better than 81% of devices, with a drop in battery of 1 percentage point here. Frame rates averaged between 14 FPS and 27 FPS, but taking a look at Google Pixel 8 Pro's Wildlife Extreme score, you can see 7 FPS less. Now, in terms of the warmth, they're both similarly warm, but a much lower score here, and scoring only better than 53% of other devices. If we scroll down, you'll see the battery remained the same, which means the efficiency of the Pixel is pretty on point. They're maintaining the temperature pretty well as well here. But that average frame rate of 9 to 17, the maxed out frame rate on here, which it would have allowed here on the Pixel, which was allowed, is nearly the bottom end of the Galaxy S23 Ultra. So when it comes to graphical performance, you want the S23 Ultra all day. So last thing I'm going to do here is do a speed test. This one right here from Ookla. And I do have them on the same server. We'll begin with the Galaxy S23 Ultra and see what kind of results we can get here. And we'll see if this one can pull in better Wi-Fi speeds. We are on the same exact network. So let's see how this does. Now, the S23 Ultra has been pretty much a market leader in performance when it comes to things like this, especially on the 5G networks. If you're in the right area, Samsung pulls in some of the best signal strength in the world. And let's see how we do on the upload. We're going to get started here in a second on the Pixel. So 454 down, and you might have faster or slower internet, but we just want to see if the Pixel can beat this. So the upload is around 22. We're going to finish in at around 22.23. Let me close that out. We'll hit go, and we'll see what the Pixel can pull in. Can the Pixel pull in better performance? I don't see it happening. I don't see it. But if it does the same thing or similar, I wouldn't be surprised either. So right around 400, 390. Nope, the Pixel is not going to take it here. So the Samsung was able, on the same network, on the same server, to pull in better download speeds. Now upload speeds, the Pixel is pulling in at around the same. Now these are not conclusive for everyone because your internet might be different, but based on my test here, Samsung was able to pull in a little bit stronger performance on this. So yeah, last thing before we close this whole video out is camera test. You know I got to do this. We got to see how fast can the camera launch. I'll just close it out so we can start it over here. So, because camera's important. We don't want no slow camera launch speeds. Let me go ahead and back it out a little bit. Let's go ahead and get into the camera now. Where are we at on the camera? We are right about there. 3, 2, and go. Faster on the Samsung. Let's close it out for good measure. We'll do it again. 3, 2, go. Yeah, the Samsung can launch it faster. Now, what about shutter speed? Pretty good. There's a slightly slower shutter speed on the Pixel. Definitely. But the Pixel does this processing in the background to give you potentially better images than what you find on the Galaxy S23 Ultra. So wrapping it up here, the S23 Ultra is a beast. Wins again in pretty much every area, except for daily apps. The Pixel is gonna feel about the same as a premium phone, but when you start pushing it to the core in terms of sheer performance, it's not the market leader, but it is a market leader in AI and stuff like that. So it depends on what you're doing here. Pixel's great in its own ways, but if you want sheer performance in your smartphone, the S23 Ultra takes the win in this particular speed test. But I still recommend both. They're both awesome phones. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll catch you all on the next speed test. Nick here. Be sure to be well. And peace.